Hi, welcome to Data Engineering, and today we are going to discuss about an important topic which is required for a data engineer to know in SQL, which is called dedup. So how this deduplication happens? That means you have to remove duplicate and you have to give the unique value. So first of all, like when we say dedup and when the table contains duplicates, and people used to immediately ask, why can't we have the primary key concept, the unique key concept? See, some of the advanced SQL query engines like BigQuery or Hive doesn't support primary key for many reasons. Okay, so many modern SQL engines are not supporting this, and deduplication, which is something a developer should take care from the table. You have to do so. Dedup is again a part of data lake. You clean the data, you cleanse the data, right? So have like you are reading the data from the source and you are doing some multiple joins, and because of that, which is causing some kind of a duplicates, and we have the same record that is being getting updated with a different time, and obviously you will be getting the duplicates with the same key, right? So imagine, like, I'm going to show you an example which will clearly help you to understand how we are going to perform this dedup and why modern DB doesn't have the concept of primary keys. Okay, so now for that, first of all, we have to create a database. I just created a database test and I'm creating a table. I'm going to explain you the columns. So here I have a serial number and then a name and then merchant and then product, created time, the time when the record got created, and the updated time. Okay, so now imagine like you are doing a transaction in Amazon, right? So when you add a product in a cart, and there will be a entry that you have added a product in the cart, that's a status. So there will be a status column in the table, and that will be get created that you have added a cart, and now you are just trying to do a transaction, right? So once the transaction is completed, then again the status will be updated from added to the cart to paid, right? So now imagine that your payment has been failed, and again the status will be get failed, right? So you have different status for the same account and the same record, and that means the imagine if my serial number here is actually, you can treat that as an account number. Now imagine I have an account number which has four status, right? So I have added to the cart and then I'm trying to do the transaction, and then the transaction is getting declined, right? So that means the fourth one, again I'm retrying the transaction. So the same account number, or I can say the transaction ID, which has four different status. Now if I have a table which doesn't allow a primary key, right, obviously this transaction ID will be allowed at only once, and that means the transaction will be get updated, and at any point of time you will be seeing only one record. So the concept of having this modern DBs without primary key is, one main reason is you have to store all the data, like even the before update and after update. So that is the primary agenda, but you can use either way. Like if you want to have before update, after update, or only the updated record, it's up to you, you can have it. But imagine you have a table or a query engine with primary key, and obviously you can have only the updated records. The before update you cannot have, right? Even after update you cannot have some records after an update which is coming, right? You cannot have. So this is one reason why we don't have primary key in modern query engines like Google's BigQuery and Hive in Hadoop, right? Fine. So now imagine we are working in such a tech stack like Hive or Google's BigQuery. Now how to do a dedup? Because you can ask me, like, you are explaining Hive BigQuery, but you are teaching us the functionality in MySQL. So this is MySQL, right? So it's the most of the SQL concepts or same across these different query engines that I was telling to you, right? It is same. And this is something works in both BigQuery as well as Hive. Fine. Now I'm just trying to recreate the problem of having duplicate records. So you can see here I'm having this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and then I'm just giving some data. One Gautam Amazon, and the product which you have seen in that merchant website is phone, and then the created time is 2017 723 13 10 11, and the updated time, since it's the first time the record got created, the updated time will be also the same as the created time. So that is how I've just added here. Now again there is an update is coming into picture. Now imagine one Gautam Amazon phone, and the created time is always same even though multiple update comes, because the record created time is actually when the first the record is created. Now updated time is getting like a plus 2 minutes just got added to it. Okay, now imagine I'm having two records with the same key one, which is a duplicate. Now again I'm having a second record. You can see here third record and fourth record, it's again duplicated and it has the same key number 2. Now what I have to do is I have to take, for imagine from the reporting team perspective, I have to give them, so this table has all 4 records, but from the reporting team perspective, I have to bring the unique record and that to the latest record. So from these two inserts, if you see first record and the second record has the same number, same serial number, same name, same merchant, same product, everything is same. But the only thing what I have to give them is an updated record, and I don't know like which particular field is get updated. So that time like we people use this updated timestamp to really see which record is updated. Right. So now if you see here, like I have maybe imagine like I have a status column which has been getting updated, but still it's always not recommended to go with some kind of a status or a string column to identify whether this record is an updated record or not. It always good to go with some timestamp columns to understand that. So now if you see here, I have the updated column and this second record is updated because it has plus 2 minutes. So I have to give them this particular record to the downstream. And even if you see in the third record and fourth record, again, the fourth record has the updated time, right? So let me trigger the select query just to show you the 4 records. Okay, so I have my 4 records here. So 1, 1 and 2, 2. Okay, I have 3 times the record John. So let me add one more insert over here just for your better understanding. Fine. So now I'm just going to show you how to do this deduplication with window function. So window function in SQL is otherwise called as an analytical function. So about window function and analytical function, I have made some videos already. You can get all those videos from my SQL playlist for data engineers, and I have given that link in the description box of this video. Fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a subquery here. So select star from, again a select star, it's a subquery. Okay, so select star comma row number. So row number is one of the function, it's an analytical function. So what row number is actually does is it just add a row number to each of your row. Okay, now I have a over. This over is actually the window function. So over is a window function. When we say window function, it just creates a window for each record that we have. And based on what? Now I'm giving a partition by inside my windows function. So I'm asking my window function to create a window based on whatever the column that you have given in the partition by, which is serial number. Now I'm just creating a partition for my window function. So based on what? Serial number. Okay. Now imagine I'm having two unique serial numbers, right? 1 and 2, but it has duplicates, right? 1 has 2 records and 2 has 3 records, right? So with serial number 1, you have 2 records. You can see here in the output, and with serial number 2, you have 3 records, right? So that means I'm creating a partition on my serial number, right? So it creates like it creates two partition. So from each partition, it tries to take the unique record. So from partition 1, it takes one record, and from partition 2, it takes one record, unique record. And based on what I have to take that one record is based on order by updated time. DES is like descending order. Now based on my updated time, I have to get the greatest one, which is higher, right? So that means from the first partition you will be getting this record Gautam Amazon phone, and the updated time is plus like 13 12 11 is what the latest record. And again from the second partition you have three record, it tries to bring the one record which has the greatest value for updated time. So you can see here this two record, the last two record is same, the updated time is also same. So it just brings any one record out of this. So finally I have to say as alias row number from test.account is the table name, then I'm giving an alias name for my subquery where row number equal to 1. So for each of this row you will be getting 1. So whenever you have duplicates, the row number will be get increased. So I'm just saying just get the row number equal to 1, or you can say greater than 1. Greater than 1 means again you will be getting a duplicate value, right? So it should be always equal to 1. Okay, fine. So now what I will do, so just I'll just run this query. Okay, I'll just run this query without the where condition. Let me just run this query without the where condition. Okay, you can see here I'm getting 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 3. So that means like you are getting an incremental value for each partition. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So for first partition, you have two records, 1 and 2. And for the second partition, you have three records, 1, 2, and 3. And that's the reason we are just giving, right, 1. So whichever the latest record with where row num equal to 1 should be get appear. Now, if I run this query, right, I'll be getting from each partition I'll be getting one record. So here I'm getting one with the latest timestamp updated, and from the second record again I'm getting the latest timestamp. Now I'll be explaining you one more thing. So imagine I'm not giving anything in the partition by, right? So I'm just giving partition by a phone. Sorry, the product is a column, right? So I'm just giving a partition. Now if you see the four records whatever we have, I'll just run the select again. And if you see phone is just it's like for all record the product is phone. So when you ask the over function, the over class in the window function to create a partition, it just creates one partition for all this four record, and out of this four record it gives you one record which has the greatest updated timestamp, and that means you will be getting this record, John Amazon, this record. That's it, because the product which comes with one. So now you understood the need of having the partition by on a primary key column which you consider to be. Okay, we don't have a primary key column, but you know, right, which column can act as a primary key, even though the SQL engine which you are using doesn't support a primary key, right? Still, you know, right, ID columns or key columns which you have can be used as a partition by. So now if I go with serial number, then that is a correct thing for me at this use case, right? So each partition on the each key, each duplicate serial number which I have, it should create a separate partition for each duplicate serial number, and then I have to get one from that based on some columns whatever you are giving in the order by which has the greatest value, right? So now this is one way to do the deduplication. Now what you can do, you can use the create table as, right? So you can create a table for this output. So we call it as ctas, right? Ctas, that means create table name something, imagine, and then s, then bracket. That's all, right? So you can use this to create a table for this output, and then you can give it to your downstream team. Or you can give the select query so they can make use of it. Or you can even use insert along with this dedupe query also. Insert into select star from. Yeah, you can do either way, right? So this is one of the way to avoid duplicates and deduplication, to do duplication, and this is a leading interview question in SQL even for data engineers, not only for normal SQL developers, right? So even in Hive we do this way, BigQuery we do this way. So it's very essential topic to know. And I'll be teaching you more data engineering SQL concept in my upcoming series. And please subscribe my channel and forward this to your friends and colleagues. And we do a lot of big data videos as well. I have more than 60 plus videos, and I've given the playlist link in the description box of this video. Have a look on it. Thanks for watching.